Welcome to Advocate with Dr. Rufus Lowe, where we aspire each and every day to eradicate the silence of good people who allow bad things to happen. And in doing so, we can together provide a new and glorious path forward for all. Our conversation will be based on the teachings of my latest book entitled Shadow Tolerance, Your Guide to Accepting Racial Difference. Shall we begin?
Deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety in Washington, D.C., and they're going to be allowed to do their job properly. And you people are victims of it, too. You know, you're reporters, and I understand a lot of you tend to be on the liberal side, but you don't want to get mugged and raped and shot and killed. And you all know people and friends of yours that happened. And so you can be anything you want, but you want to have safety in the streets. You want to be able to leave your apartment or your house where you live and feel safe and go into a store to buy a newspaper or buy something. And you don't have that now.
That spent decades crying about big government and tyranny are popping bottles because Trump is taking over the DCPD and deploying the National Guard against the citizens of our capital. Classic them. To be fair, this sort of thing is never what they meant by tyranny. No. See, our government forgiving the student loan debt of a single working mother of three, that is the true face of tyranny. But turning the Capitol PD into your Praetorian Guard and using them to intimidate the citizens into submitting to your will, like, ain't nothing tyrannical about that.
President Trump wants you to believe America's cities are drowning in crime and only the National Guard deployment can save them. That's the line he used when he federalized Washington, D.C.'s police in August and put thousands of Guard soldiers with rifles on city streets. Now he's threatening the same in Chicago and Baltimore and other Democratic-led cities, many run by black mayors. Here's the problem. The crime wave he's talking about doesn't exist. DC's violent crime is near a 30-year low. Chicago and Baltimore are seeing long-term declines. Are these cities perfect? Of course not. But the numbers tell a different story than Trump's rhetoric. So why the soldiers? Why the occupation? Because this isn't about crime, it's about power. By seizing control of DC's police and threatening other cities, Trump is testing how far he can erode local autonomy and replace it with federal muscle. It's a direct assault on the authority of mayors and governors who don't answer to him, especially Democratic leaders of color. It's also about, let's call it what it is, political theater. Trump thrives on spectacle. Military vehicles rolling through city streets, soldiers with rifles standing guard. It's not public safety, it's a stage set for his law and order brand, designed to project strength while silencing dissent. And let's be clear, race is central here. Trump's targets are overwhelmingly black-led cities, just as past governments looked the other way when black communities like Tulsa and Rosewood were destroyed. Trump is once again painting black cities as inherently unsafe and in need of outside control. It's the old playbook of racial fear dressed up as crime policy. The truth is simple. You don't fix crime with soldiers, you fix it with schools. You fix it with jobs, good paying jobs, housing, and community trust. Deploying the National Guard doesn't reduce violence. It militarizes neighborhoods, intimidates its residents, and erodes democracy. Trump's crime rationale is a smokescreen. What he's really after is control of headlines, and the chance to remind his base that he'll put black and democratic cities in their place. We've seen this before in American history, and we know how it ends. It doesn't end with safer streets. It ends with broken trust, crushed democracy, and more lives lost. Let's advocate loudly and proudly so that our voices can bring about light, justice, to illuminate the darkness of this injustice.